I think that's working. Howdy, I'm Grey Pilgrim. Well, as you know, I usually do videos about my gun collection. But today, something a little different. Sort of. Whenever I buy a new pistol, they usually come in a case like this. Plastic, usually has foam inside, like that. Has any accessories that may have come for it. Might be wrapped up with some kind of a paper sleeve over it or something, and usually has a price on it. This says $389.99. It's a Colt Commander clone by Rock Island Armory. And by the way, I'm in Oregon, which doesn't have a state sales tax, so what you see is what you pay. So one good benefit of the state. The legislature has tried to impose it, and they've done it through ballot measures every way they think of. 9 times. And 9 times the citizens have said, hell no. One time they passed it through the legislature, and we put a referendum through, and we annulled it. Anyway, cases for firearms. They come in a lot of shapes and sizes. This is what a Colt 1851 used to come packed as. This is a copy of the original Colt product slip that came with it. And as I said in one other video, no product liability lawyer got even near this thing. Colonel Colt himself probably authored that. It's basically it tells you how to load it and how to lubricate it if you need to and how to clean it. And that's all it needs to say. And it comes with the accessories. Well, cases are neat, so I built a few. Here's one I built. This one was for, this is my Josiah L's, what I call the Mormon revolver, one of 624 that exist. And I just basically got an old, I went to a craft store and got this glass-faced display case, added some felt to it and stained it, and I made a little case for it. And that's the way it sits in my glass cabinet inside. Well, this one is an early example. This is a 1907 Savage, and I had an old jewelry box of an ex-wife of mine, and basically I redid all of these little inserts here for it, put some foam underneath so that it would sit high, and then basically set it up for like magazines in here. There's a cleaning rod under it. This thing here contains the original manual and a Penny Dreadful novel by, of all people, Bat Masterson, called The Tenderfoot's Turn, which is all about the Savage pistol. Oh, and extra ammo in here. So, oh, you get out of the way. Get out of the way. There. So, anyway, this is an early example. The other day, a buddy of mine came by, and he had found a box at Goodwill, and he gave it to me. It has this cool-looking cover on it, right? Well, what can I put into something with that cool cover on it? Well, how about this? This is a, I have no idea who made it, but it's got some engravings on it. It doesn't have a name or a serial number or anything like that. It doesn't really say what caliber it is, but it does have an itty-bitty bayonet, which I think is just a charm for it. But besides that, that bayonet is not enough for dispatching the person who has committed dire woe on you. You have one other alternative. That's a bore. That is quite the bore. I think this is about a 50 or 65 caliber. So even with black powder, shooting this thing would be probably break your wrist, I think, unless you have a really strong wrist. I've never shot this. I don't plan on it. I picked it up pretty cheap, and I love the looks of that, and that bore is so intimidating. I just figured, sure, I'll take that. It also didn't cost too much, and this blade that just adds to it, you know, having your own bayonet built into a pistol. What a concept! The 19th century came up with some interesting concepts. But anyway, this is just an old jewelry box. I don't know, I could put a manual or something in there, I suppose, and some other accessories in here, maybe a loading rod, and maybe a small powder flask, or a case of pre-made cartridges and some primer caps. That'll do. Yeah. Glad I just thought of that. Anyway, that's just another use for an old jewelry box. So you got the wife and she has a jewelry box she doesn't need, I just dump all her jewels into a cardboard box and grab one. And then make your own. They're kind of cool, I think. And beat the poo out of these modern pieces of junk. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Happy trails.